When you go to any grocery store, you're likely to see a whole host of gluten-free products. For the roughly 3 million people who suffer from celiac disease, they're a welcome alternative. A protein found in foods like wheat, rye, and barley, gluten acts like a glue, helping bread rise and giving it shape and elasticity.
For people who have true celiac disease, they have problem absorbing that or breaking it down, and their bodies develop a reaction where they get a damage of the small bowel, and that eventually leads to malabsorption of the nutrients that are essential to us, and they can actually have weight loss, they can have bloating, they can have diarrhea, and eventually it could even be fatal.
But in the past few years, there's been a growing trend of people without celiac disease cutting gluten from their diets, saying they had a gluten sensitivity.
So it's a little bit of a gray area for us. Part of the problem is that we don't have a test right now to distinguish. The hard part for people who otherwise have no risk factors, they have no weight loss, they appear stable on labs, no iron deficiency, their biopsies are normal, their labs are normal, but they tell us very strictly that, after abstaining from gluten, that they see a clear difference in their symptoms, which could be bloating, abdominal pain. Again, these are all very general symptoms.
Doctors say you should be tested before giving up gluten completely because those symptoms might be caused by another issue altogether.
They could have irritable bowel syndrome, they could have other intolerances, like we were just saying, lactose intolerance, fructose intolerance. They could also have a condition called small bowel bacterial overgrowth, where there's a proliferation of non-native bacteria of the small bowel that cause fermentation and therefore gas and bloating.
But what about people who eliminate gluten from their diet and say they feel better?
They're not eating so many carbohydrates or so many rich starches. Maybe they're choosing to cook more clean foods at home rather than eating processed foods where you don't have control over what you're getting when you get it from outside. And that's always a better option for your overall health, for your cardiovascular health, your GI health. And so they might be feeling more energetic, they might be feeling like they have better bowel health, but I'm not clear if that's entirely just because they're cutting out gluten. I think it might be the associated effect of eating a healthier lifestyle.
But before anyone cuts gluten from their diet completely, doctors say there are some things to consider. One is the elimination of other necessary nutrients like fiber, folic acid, and iron from their diets. And there's the possibility of weight gain. Many gluten-free products are higher in fat, calories, and sugar than their regular counterparts. Most importantly, keep a diary so you can help doctors figure out what really may be going on. Holly Furfer, CNN, Atlanta.